Hi you guys, this is Kalyn Oyer, the features editor at the Post and Courier, and today I'm here with
Brady from Daddy's Beemer.
And this is
Bands on Bike Taxis Getting Beers.
What was the first moment you realized you wanted to be a musician?
When I was 8, I got a guitar and I thought I was going to be John Denver.
that was your idol, John Denver?
I think so.
Okay, what is the worst show that you've ever played?
We've played a lot of really bad frat shows at Clemson where they were like, we'll pay you like $400. One guy came up to me one time and was like, hey man, he was like this big dude, and I think he was a football player with other football players, and they came up and he was like, hey man, I'm not really feeling the singing shit. And I was like, all right, okay.
Cool, great.
Cool.
Love that, thanks.
Yeah, so that was
Okay.
Those were the worst.
Those were the worst days. That was like the very beginning of the band though, right?
Yeah, that was early before we were even good at playing our own songs, let alone other people's.
So where do you go to watch live music around here? Obviously you play at a lot of different venues. Where are your spots when you just want to go see a show?
I like Royal, of course, but I feel like I'm there a lot.
Yeah.
I think Poorhouse, I love the how wide Poorhouse is and how there's like you can see so well, like the stage is a good height and all that.
Yeah.
I really like Tin Roof for like a low-key show.
Yeah,
I like the vibe there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think the best, I like the sound at Lo-Fi a lot.
What artist do you kind of most, would you say, admire creatively?
My first person I ever really fell in love with the songwriting and stuff was Adam Duritz, who sings for Counting Crows.
Oh, okay.
And I really just liked his voice a lot and like his lyrics and I listened to a lot of 90s music, and I didn't like how ironic it was. Like when you're like 15, you don't want to listen to ironic music. You want to listen to like really heartfelt, like
this is what I'm
this
going
is my
through.
bearing my soul. So
yeah, Counting Crows did that for you.
Yeah, that was the first record I ever bought was by them, and I've always really liked him. So I would probably say that's who I like emulate the most. Okay.
What is the wildest thing that has happened to you while you were on stage?
People have thrown stuff at us.
What have they thrown at you?
Different,
Tomatoes?
bottles, tomatoes. Yeah, we're like a cartoon band. I don't know. Probably the guy coming up to me and telling me he's not feeling the singing thing. And then he told me he wanted to hear
nice.
Migos.
Oh, okay. Well,
which isn't really in our repertoire.
what is your pre-show ritual?
We've done a lot over the years. We've done take a shot beforehand. We've done slap each other in the face beforehand.
Oh, that's good.
We tried meditating one time, like all sitting in a circle and meditating, and then we played like the worst show we've ever played after that, so we stopped meditating.
Yeah, all right, let's go catch up with the rest of the band.
Okay.
First, introduce yourself and tell us what beer you got.
I'm Bob. I got the Peach Pale Ale.
I'm Peyton. I got the Espresso Porter.
I'm Kalyn, and I got the Peach Pale Ale.
I'm Brady, and I got the Espresso Porter.
I'm Wesley, and I let Bob order for me.
And I'm here with Daddy's Beemer. And so, how did you come up with the name Daddy's Beemer? First question.
We had a friend in high school, and she would always brag about her father's BMW, and she would call it Daddy's Beemer. And she would say, we can take a joyride in Daddy's Beemer, always bragging about it. And I was always like, what does that mean? What are you talking about? And so she explained it, and then it kind of stuck in the back of my head. And then we were going to school at Clemson, and we started the band, and you would see a lot of people driving around their Daddy's Beemers in Clemson. And so it kind of was on my mind and threw it out there. It was in the middle of the daddy mommy band name trend. So we kind of hopped on there with that, and then and now we're stuck with it, and it's kind of beautiful. Yeah,
We can't get rid of it.
I like it. All right, so we have 2 original band members, right, and 2 new band members over here. So let's talk about how you started the band, and then we'll talk about how both of you came into the band. So
We met at the radio station in Clemson and then became pals, and then he said, hey, do you want to come over and start a band? Because he was moving into a house that had a basement, and they were going to start doing house shows. but there were no local bands to Clemson, so we kind of needed, like, he wanted to have a local band that could kind of be the local for these touring bands that would come through. So
Cool.
we started jamming in his basement, and then that's it.
When was that? What year was that?
That'd been the end of 2016.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Long time ago.
Long time.
ago. You guys are so
We
old.
didn't take it very seriously for a while, but
I still don't.
there's that. And then Peyton joined the band like 2 years ago, and then Bob joined the band like 20 minutes ago.
Just earlier
20 minutes.
today.
You just showed up for this interview.
Peyton, why did you join the band?
So about 3 or 4 years ago, something around there, I was on my way to my friend's house, and he was on Smith Street, and I passed these guys filming a music video, something like that, and it was actually a music video for Dancer. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, and I went to my friend's house, told her about it. She goes, oh, like, that's this band that I know from Clemson, they're called Daddy's Beemer. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Anyway, I go back down the street to go to my car, and they yelled at me. They're like, hey, do you want to be in a music video? And I was like, hell yeah, that'd be awesome. And they're like, sweet, everyone's been saying no. So I'm in the music video for like maybe 2 seconds, and I'm just dancing. So then fast forward, what was it, like 2 years later or something, I'm in a bar, and I run into Wesley, and he remembered my name, and I pretty much just kept telling him how great Daddy's Beemer was, and Wesley's a sucker for compliments, and he was like, you're a drummer, right? I was like, yeah, and the rest is history. They needed one. How about you, Bob?
Big Bob.
Hey y'all. Couple similarities in how I joined the band. I moved to Charleston a couple years ago and got involved in the music scene, and I met Wesley first. Wesley kind of reached out and just became a mentor and a friend. Just a great guy. Brady didn't really talk to him for a while.
Still don't really
No, but Daddy's Beemer was one of my favorite bands, like, in town and in the state, and I really looked up to these guys, and then they needed someone to play guitar on a tour last summer, and they taught me how to play, and I just started playing guitar with Daddy's Beemer. Real treat. Yeah, that's how that's how I got in here.
The Bob origin story.
Yeah.
I like it.
The only one that matters.
Cool. So we're going to have to talk about the last album, Tangles, and how it was number 4 on our Best of South Carolina Music Album of the Year list
Yeah.
for 2023.
I'll drink to that.
So cheers to that right there.
Big foe. I'll give him a
Cheers. So tell me about this album and the making of it and the inspiration behind it.
Tangles, the making of this album, I like to think of Brady as like a fierce hunter, and we're his loyal dogs.
Okay.
And he leads us through the forest of songwriting and, tells us what he needs and shows us so many beautiful things, and then we, as the dogs, kind of sniff it out and bring back to him exactly what he wants. He's kind of like our leader in the songwriting process, and, we've kind of refined that technique through all our albums, and I think Tangles kind of really encompasses all the collaboration and leadership and love and friendship through all of us into a musical form. And it's really beautiful. And that's what I think about the songwriting process of Tangles.
Nice.
Wow. I wouldn't say any of that, but that's nice.
What's your version?
I think you just write songs with your pals, and then you just track them in a cabin, and then you're all done. And you just do that till you can't anymore.
I guess compared to your other albums, do you feel like you've reached kind of the epitome of your sound with this album, or?
No, I don't think so. But I think that I think we managed to make 10 really good songs. It's 10, right? I think we managed to make 10 really good songs and
Recorded pretty quick.
Recorded it very.
Yeah.
We did pretty much all of it in the span of a week, like the actual
Wow.
recording of it. and I think it's the first one we did as like a live recording band. Like, yeah, it was the first time we've managed to be a good enough band to like actually track it all live together and then just do overdubs. So
I'm proud of our ability to not get bogged down in the little details with this one, because never once did we argue about what we wanted something to sound like or like where we wanted something to be, which was pretty weird because it was my first time ever recording music like with a group of people, especially like a live recording, like a way of doing it. What about you, Bob? What you like?
Yeah, I'd like to talk about the CD album Tangles. I had nothing to do with it, but I'm proud of Dan for writing a bunch of great parts and then teaching me how to play them.
Where are you guys going next?
well, we've started writing new songs together. We actually wrote one last night. Night before last night, and it was I think it's pretty good. So
Tell me about it. What can you say?
Describe the song. There's some guitar that's like, and then there's a walk down part. It's like, you know, and a big chorus. I think it's gonna be good. I think it's a little
A bop.
It's a little more.
Certified bop.
It's a little heavier. I think a lot of the songs. Oh, Peyton, do you have any? Can you hum some of it?
Yeah. No. Thank you, Brady. I think this new project is going to be a lot different from what we've done normally, and I'm really happy about it. It's very dark isn't like the right word because it's not like a sad, dark, sound, but it's not as upbeat and like poppy as our old stuff is. So I think we're bringing in a new aspect to the band, and I'm really, really excited for it.
Tapping into new territory.
Tapping into new territory,
Okay.
yeah.
I'll drink to that.
Drink to that.
What do you guys have coming up as far as any shows happening coming up soon?
And we're playing St. Pat's and 5 Points in Columbia. As far as our next Charleston show, be on the lookout.
Okay, stay tuned.
Keep those eyes peeled.
There's something.
There might be
What's
something.
that? Anything else you want to say? Anything else to get out to the world?
Check out Dad's Beam.
The thing about bike taxis is they're old and yellow.
True.
Old and yellow.
Please turn it off.
Turn off the camera. Turn off the camera.
You're the alpha.
Yeah.
One word to
I
describe
often
alpha.
think of myself
We're
as the
Omega.
alpha.
We're the Omega.
No.
It's a poorly timed, like, held in burp.
Yeah, now let's go down and say what dogs we are. Okay.
Leslie.
Corgi.
I'd probably say either a German Shepherd or a Husky.
Brady really hit the nail on the head with the Saint Bernard.
I want to be the King Charles dogs.
Oh, the spaniel.
Yeah, I don't think I'm.
Oh, you kind of look like
I don't
one of
think
those.
You do have,
I look like
you have bad allergies.
You're so royal.
2020
Royal.
You're more of a hunter, really, and we're your dogs.
Right. I'm like a dog. I'm like the dog that tells the other dogs what to do.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
leader
you're
of the pack.
the leader of the pack.